So this is Cartesian coordinate form of torque and angular momentum both. So I repeat that you must be aware of, if this derivation is asked that derive the Cartesian coordinate form of torque or angular momentum, then this is the form. And what is the polar form on the other hand? Polar form. Polar form of both will be L, first torque, RF sin phi, this is polar form, and L is RP sin phi. Because R, theta and phi, these are called polar coordinates. These are called spherical coordinates. Okay, these are polar or spherical coordinates. And you know what are X, Y and Z? These are Cartesian coordinates. So accordingly, we have both the forms. Is that clear? Okay, so one thing, this statement must be clear to you. All right. Do you have any doubts in torque, derivation of torque? Do you have any doubts, students? In the derivation of torque, do you have any doubts? That big derivation. And for angular momentum, usually we derive the polar form from Cartesian coordinate form. Let us do that first. That's very, very simple. Okay. If you draw this x coordinate, y coordinate, and this is position vector of any object OP equal to R, and this is momentum vector. Momentum vector at an angle beta to the horizontal. All right. So when we resolve it into two components, this is beta, this is also corresponding angle beta. So this component is y component, that is P cos beta, and this component is, this is x component, this is y component, that is P sin beta. We resolve it into two parts. Okay. Then the turning effect is created, and this is your new location, R plus delta R. The small angle described is delta theta. All right. Now, what is Px? We have written P cos beta. Py is P sin beta. Okay. And what is x? You remember in the derivation of torque, you had drawn two expressions. This was theta, this is delta theta. Okay, this is x, this is y, this is delta y, and this is delta x. So there we derived the relation x is equal to, this is r, hypotenuse is r. X is r cos theta and y is r sin theta. Okay, so let us put in the values here in Cartesian coordinate form. Let us put the values here. So we start from Cartesian coordinate form and we will arrive at the polar form of angular momentum. For example, same way you can do it for torque also. So put all the values of x, y, px, py from here. These are four values that I have written. So put these values here. All right. So r cos beta, p sin beta minus y is r sin theta, px is p cos beta, like this. All right. Take rp common and write sin beta cos theta minus cos beta sin theta. That becomes sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Rp sin A minus B, beta minus theta. And what is this beta minus theta? This was your angle beta, this was your angle theta, this is your angle phi equal to beta minus theta. So you can write Rp sin phi. So using this we arrive at the polar form of angular momentum. Same procedure you can repeat for torque also. Just in place of linear momentum vector you will have force vector. तो जहां जहां पे हमने P लिखा है बस वहां वहां पे F आ जाएगा. तो here we will have torque on that side. Okay. If you have any doubts in the derivation of torque, how we derive the Cartesian coordinate form, you can tell me. Yes, raise hand if you have doubts in that big derivation of torque. How we get the Cartesian coordinate form? That tau is equal to xfy minus yfx. If anybody is having doubt in that, please raise your hand. Otherwise, I'll move on. Gitesh is having doubt. Anybody else? बस एक ही बच्चे का डाउट है. Anybody else having doubt? Raise hand. No doubt. Tushar is having. बस दो बच्चों का डाउट है out of 40. 41 including me. So that means still 1 or 2 students are absent today itself. Okay, so let us revise the derivation of torque. Then we'll continue with the NCERT exercise. 4-5 numericals we'll be doing today. Okay, so Cartesian coordinate form of torque. To prove tau is equal to xfy minus yfx. We want to prove this. Okay. So first of all, see the diagram very carefully. So I am again drawing that diagram. XY plane I have taken. This is OP is equal to position vector R of any object. Okay, moving in this plane. Now, this is angle theta. Now a force acts at an angle beta to the horizontal on this object. This force acts at an angle beta to the horizontal and rotates the object. Turning effect of force brings it to a point Q with the new position vector R plus delta R, and a small angle is subtended delta theta. So that RPQ is delta R, that is the resulting displacement. Okay, resolving force into two components now. If this is beta, this is also corresponding angle beta. So our X component will be F cos beta and Y component Fy would be F sin beta. So see the diagram first of all very carefully. Is the resolution clear to you? Everything clear to you? Any doubt in this diagram? Okay. Now, what is a small amount of work done in displacing it? Force into displacement. Okay. Now let us write first of all F in vector form. It has two components, Fx and Fy. So we can write force vector in vector form as Fx I cap plus Fy j cap. And R vector, R is having two components. This position vector is having two coordinates, you know, X and Y. Let us draw in a separate diagram also to apply trigonometry. So this is P and this is Q. Coordinates of P are X and Y. This length is R and this is Y, this is X. And this angle is theta here. This angle is theta. So R is having two coordinates x and y. How I can write R vector in vector form? X I cap plus y j cap. Now it's the turn to write delta R vector. Delta R vector. So this x will have coordinates delta x and delta y. Let us draw the coordinates and still this length is r because it is revolving in a circle. तो ये सभी की लेंथ जो है वो r होगी, सभी की लेंथ r होगी. All right. So you see this is delta x and this is delta y. So y coordinate has increased definitely, but x coordinate from in the x side it has decreased. ये x था, ये delta x, it has become smaller. So that means delta r can be written as minus delta x I cap plus delta y j cap. This negative sign shows that it has decreased in x side. It is less than the previous one. Okay, we definitely write in vector form r plus delta r, but x coordinate is x minus delta x and y coordinate is x plus delta y. So we better write here the coordinates are x minus delta x and y plus delta y. So only delta r now we have written. So negative sign must be there in front of delta x. I hope this representation is clear. So let us write dW or delta W, force into displacement, force dot displacement. Fx I cap plus Fy j cap minus delta x I cap plus delta y j cap. Cross multiply, multiply their I components together. So minus Fx delta x plus j components together, Fy delta y. Also we write work is force into displacement. In rotational terms, in place of force we have torque and in place of displacement we have angular displacement. So it was delta W, so I write delta theta here. So work can be written as tau delta theta. Okay, let us say this is equation number 1. So now our aim is to find delta x and delta y. We will put the values of delta x and delta y and substitute here. Okay, so for that purpose we have to use this smaller diagram. We have to use this triangle. If this was theta, this must be delta theta. So let us take this triangle first. Let us name it triangle OPL. In triangle OPL, what is cos theta? Base, that is x, over hypotenuse, that is r, x upon r. So from here we have x is r cos theta. Similarly, we can get y is equal to r sin theta. So from this small triangle, we got these two important values of x and y. Now let us take the other triangle. Let us call this point M. In triangle OQM, I am writing here. In triangle OQM, what is this total angle in this triangle? Theta plus delta theta. That is theta plus delta theta. So let us apply cos theta plus delta theta. That is base x minus delta x over hypotenuse, that is r. So that is x minus delta x upon r. Okay. Cross multiply. I am doing it here. Cross multiply. You get x minus delta x is r cos theta plus delta theta. X minus delta x is r. Now what is cos a plus b? Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Let theta approach to 0. Let us now apply a condition that angle is very small. So under that situation, sine of delta theta will approach delta theta. You know, for small angles, sine theta approaches theta, tan theta approaches theta. But cos of 0, you know, that is 1. So cos delta theta will approach 1. Cos of 0 is not 0. So that's why we will write cos of 0 tends to 1 if theta tends to 0. So putting in these values here, in place of cos delta theta, I will be putting 1. In place of sin delta theta, I will be putting delta theta only. And what is r cos theta? That is x. And what is r sin theta? That is y. So I write in the next step, x minus delta x is x delta theta, x into 1 हो गया, minus y delta theta. Any doubt in this step? X gets cancelled, negative sign gets cancelled, so we get the value of delta x, that is y delta theta. So we get the value of delta x. Similarly, x का y का x कर दो, we need not derive the other thing. Similarly करके delta y is x delta theta, we write here. Similarly, delta y is x delta theta. So let us put these values of delta x and delta y in equation number 1. See what do we get here. So tau delta theta is minus fx and delta x is y delta theta plus fy, and what is the value of delta y? That is x delta theta. From right hand side, take delta theta common. You write xfy minus yfx tau delta theta. Delta theta gets cancelled and we are left with Cartesian coordinate form of torque. Tau is equal to xfy minus yfx. So this is the proof. This is the proof of Cartesian coordinate form of torque. All right. So is that clear? And further to arrive at the polar form, you will put again x, y, fx and fy, their values. It will become sin A cos B minus cos A sin B form. So RF sin phi you will get from there. Okay students, is this derivation clear to you? तो सबसे ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट यही लगती, बट इट्स वेरी सिंपल. अगर आप पार्ट्स में करो एंड देन जॉइन दीज पार्ट्स टुगेदर, यू गेट द होल डेरिवेशन वेरी इजीली. So no problems. Okay, fine. Let's come back to the exercise now. I think you have the books with you, so I'll be reading out the statement. I won't be sharing the exercise page today. So we were at question number 13. Till question number 12 we did yesterday. Now we come to question number 13. I read out the statement. A part, 13th question, 7.13. A child stands at the center of a turntable with his two arms outstretched. The turntable is set rotating with an angular speed of 40 revolutions per minute. How much is angular speed of the child if he folds his hands back and thereby reduces the moment of inertia to 2 by 5 times the initial value? So there are two situations. First, the child is standing at the center of a rotating turntable with arms outstretched. Angular speed omega 1 is given in this situation, and let us say moment of inertia is I1. And now he folds his hands, and the moment of inertia reduces 2 by 5 times. I2 is 2 by 5 times I1, and we are to find the new angular speed of rotation. That will be more than previous one. Okay, so first of all, what is omega 1? Let us find that out. Law of conservation of angular momentum का example है ये. So we will be using I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2. This is an example of law of conservation of angular momentum. So I1 omega 1 is I2 omega 2. This is exercise question number 13. Now what is I1? If it is I, then I2 is 2 by 5 times I. That is given according to the question. Now let us find omega 1. It's given that 40 revolutions in 1 minute. So in 60 seconds, number of revolutions is 40. So in 1 second, number of revolutions is 40 by 60, that is 2 by 3 hertz. This is frequency. Frequency is 2 by 3 hertz. So what is omega? 2 pi f or nu, that is 4 pi by 3 hertz, radian per second. So previous omega we have found, that is 4 pi by 3. Okay, 4 pi by 3, this is omega 1. We are to find omega 2. This is omega 1. What is omega 2? This is our question. So put in the values there and just solve it out. So omega 2 will be I1 omega 1 over I2. Okay, I1 is I, this is 2 by 5, 5 by 2, and omega 1 is 4 pi by 3. So get this in radian per second. So your answer is 10 pi by 3 radian per second. Your answer is 10 pi by 3 radian per second. This is your answer to the first part. 10 by 3 radian per second. Now let us see the second part. B part, let me read it out. Show that child's new kinetic energy of rotation is more than initial kinetic energy of rotation. How do you account for this increase in kinetic energy? So we are to find initial kinetic energy also and final kinetic energy also. So very simple formula of kinetic energy is half I omega square. So first of all, initial kinetic energy, let's find. This is the B part. Initial kinetic energy, half I1 omega 1 square. I को I रहने दो. Omega 1 was 4 pi by 3 square. ठीक है, तो this is 8 pi square I over 9. This is initial kinetic energy. Now let us find final kinetic energy, half I2 omega 2 square. All right. Half 2 by 5 I1 और I and omega 2 is 10, उसका स्क्वायर कर दो, 100 pi square by 9. So 5 2s are 10. You get 2 pi square I by 9. So which one is greater? Obviously initial kinetic energy is greater, final kinetic energy is smaller. So this energy must come from internal energy of the child. In which form we can see this energy? In the form of internal energy. Sorry, this is 20. 2 into 10, 20. So final kinetic energy is more, as they are saying. So it is appearing in the form of internal energy of the child. 20 pi square I by 9. All right, now let's do question number 14. So I read out the statement. 14 question. A rope of negligible mass is wound around a hollow cylinder of mass 3 kg. Okay, and radius 40 centimeter. What is the angular acceleration of cylinder if the rope is pulled with a force of 30 Newton? What is the linear acceleration of the rope? Assume there is no slipping. तो आपको याद होगा हमने एक आर्टिकल किया था, motion of mass attached to a string wound over a cylinder. This is the same article. I remind you of the expression that we had derived. This was a point mass attached to a cylinder. You remember? Now they are asking this tension to be a force that is given here. So tau is equal to I alpha and tau is equal to this force into radius of the cylinder. And what is moment of inertia? That is mr square. Moment of inertia is mr square into alpha. Hollow cylinder है ना, तो उसका moment of inertia होता है same as that of a ring, mr square. Now equate these two. mr square alpha is fr. One r gets cancelled and we get alpha as they are asking. First of all, we will find alpha. Then a is equal to r alpha. Say linear tangential acceleration also we can find. So tell me what is the value of alpha after substituting these values of force. F is 30 Newton and mass is 3 kg. Put it here. 30 over 3, 10 हो गया और radius है 40 centimeter. 0.4 meter radius. So put in all these values and tell me the answer. Alpha is 25 and unit of alpha you know radian per second square. So angular acceleration comes out to be 25 radian per second square and using a is equal to r alpha, acceleration a comes out to be 10 meter per second square. So acceleration comes out to be 10 meter per second square. I hope that's fine. This logic is clear to you. Now question number 15, listen. To maintain a rotor at a uniform angular speed of 200 radian per second. I go on writing the data. Question number 15. Angular speed of 200 radian per second. An engine needs to transmit a torque of 180 Newton meter. Torque कितनी दी हुई है? 180 Newton per meter, Newton meter. What is the power required by the engine? Torque is 180 Newton meter. How much power is required? Assume the efficiency to be 100%. It is also given. So you know power of rotation, I told you in that tabular form all the expressions. P is equal to tau omega. Both are given in their proper units. So just you need to multiply and you will get the answer 36 kilowatt. So the power of rotation is 36 kilowatt. Got it? Got it, students? Any doubt? No doubts? All right. So 16th question we'll do later. 17th question देखो, simple formula based जो है. 17th is a meter stick is balanced on a knife edge at its center. Means obviously 50 centimeter पे meter stick balanced है. When two coins each of mass 5 gram means total 10 gram हो गया, are put one on the top of 12 centimeter mark. 12 centimeter पे अब हम 10 ग्राम के 2 कॉइन्स रख देते हैं. बैलेंस डिस्टर्ब हो गया. द स्टिक इज फाउंड टू बी बैलेंस्ड एट 45 सेंटीमीटर. नाउ अब बैलेंस पॉइंट 50 से शिफ्ट होके 45 हो गया. व्हाट इज द मास ऑफ मीटर स्टिक? तो एक्चुअल मास ऑफ मीटर स्टिक वी आर सपोज टू फाइंड. सो वी विल बी यूजिंग प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मोमेंट्स, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लीवर. All right, this is question number 70. So this is the situation. When the meter stick is balanced at O point, this is 50 centimeter mark. Okay. Now at 12 centimeter mark, 2 coins are placed of mass 10 gram each. तो उनका weight हो गया 10g. ये 12 centimeter mark पे. And their balance point is now shifted to O dash at 45 centimeter mark. तो बैलेंस पॉइंट यहां पे शिफ्ट हो गया. ओके, सो लेट अस फाइंड मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्सेस. इसका जब ये 50 सेंटीमीटर था तो वेट यहां पे था, अब वेट यहां पे हो गया. ठीक है, सो लेट अस फाइंड मोमेंट of forces at this point O dash. Let us find moment of forces at point O dash. So this force into this distance is this force into this distance. ठीक है, so 10g into 45 minus 12 is equal to W, or you can say capital mg. यही मास हमें कैलकुलेट करना है. g will get cancelled on both sides, is equal to 50 minus 45. So use this and find m, mass of meter stick you will find from here. Yes, who will tell me the answer? Find the mass of meter stick from here. So 10g into 33 is mg into 5. So m is 66 gram. So the answer is mass of meter stick is 66 gram. Mass of meter stick is 66 gram. Is that clear, students? Any doubt in this question?